I interviewed the novelist Armistead Maupin a bunch of years ago. And for those of you not familiar, Armistead Maupin is the author of the Tales of the City series, which began as a chronicalized uh, column, essentially, in the San Francisco Chronicle back in 1978, but has continued until, I guess, 2024. And it depicted life in San Francisco and largely the gay lifestyle in that time and place. And Armistead Maupin was one of the first public figures in America to come out. That just it wasn't happening that much, and he was one of the first. So it was kind of a big deal. And he was talking to me about that, what that was like, and how he came from I believe he came from a kind of conservative community in North Carolina, and so it was a big deal. It's a big deal. This isn't, the 1979, 1980 is very different than now. And so we were talking about coming out, and at this time I'd been writing fiction for years. I wrote fiction, as I've talked about in this podcast, but I just started moving away to a creative nonfiction, particularly more inspirational, not religious, but more of a kind of spiritual nature. And it's a very different kind of stuff than what I'd been writing for years, really my whole life. I'd always seen myself as just purely an artist. And what I was doing now was something a little different. And as he was sitting there describing coming out as a gay man in the early 80s, I was reflecting on how I had not come out to a lot of my artist friends as a nonfiction writer. Smaller, I know, but as I started thinking about it, I said to Armistead, I said, you know what? I said, I think everybody has to come out in some way. And he said, yes, yes, my brother and sister needed to come out too. Everybody needs to come out. And I really do believe that. And that's why I love writing, because as I've said before, every time you write one, not just a story that you think really satisfies you, but just a sentence, paragraph, but really just a sentence that you say, yeah, that pleases me. That's what I want. That's you accepting yourself, what you actually like. Just as some people have to accept that they like men and not women, or that they like to write nonfiction instead of fiction, we have to accept, yes, I like that kind of sentence, which is different than maybe the other kind of sentence somebody else would write. And so in some way or another, we're always having to come out to ourselves to who we actually are, what we actually like, what actually satisfies us, what actually pleases us. And writing is a fantastic vehicle for accepting yourself, a fantastic vehicle with every sentence, every time you sit down at the page saying, who am I really? Because what is more you than what you're interested in? What is more you than what you're curious about? I can't think of anything. It's so private to you. And the things that you're curious about, the things that you care about, you can't change anyway. You can't. You can't get rid of your desires. You can't get rid of your curiosity. It's it's you more than your hair, in a way, more than your eyes, your desire. And writing is making peace and accepting and coming out to yourself. This is who I actually am. So we all got to do it. We're all on a journey. I don't even call it self-discovery, but really self-acceptance, just letting ourselves be what we are, as opposed to what we think we have to be to fit in to some group, right? Who are you actually? It's a question you answer with every time you write. Every time you write, you answer that question. Ah, yes. It's why writing is so awesome, isn't it? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. I love sharing these with you. If you don't want to miss a dose, hit subscribe, because remember, it helps. If you want to help, it's free, it's easy. Hit subscribe. I don't know why, but it helps other people find the channel. Don't you want other people to find it? Of course you do. And if you say so, like it, I want to hear from you. This is a community, a little bit of a conversation. So until next week, this is Bill Kenower. Stay fearless.